have the distinct pleasure of having with us Bob Clark. Bob is running for Congress, U.S. Congress in the 5th District, running against the incumbent Nikki Tsongas. Bob, great to have you here.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here, and thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's great to have you. So Bob, what made you do this? Why'd you get into this race?
Well, somewhere around last January, we had some politics in the air with the special election, and so at the time I looked online to see what candidates had signed up to run for the 5th District, and I looked at each one and said, no, I don't think I can vote for that one. Read through it. Don't think I can vote for that one either. Went through the entire list and got to the point where I said, well, here we go again. There's really no choice to vote for. And that's when I decided I have two choices. One is to keep complaining like I have been for a while, or do something about it. So I had a talk with my wife, and we agreed I would run for office.
So is there a reason you picked this office? Is, Congress or?
Well, the issues at the federal level are the ones that I was most familiar with, and I also believe they're the ones that need solving the most urgently. And so I said I'm going to try running as an independent for the congressional seat.
Mm-hmm. So obviously, I agree with you. When I ran, federal government can do a lot more damage. Yeah. Federal government can do a lot more damage than they can do at the local and state level. But Congress, it's a big step. You got yourself on the ballot. Did you get yourself on the ballot as an independent? What's your political designation?
Yes, my political designation is actually citizen legislator. And neither Democrat nor Republican. I said, citizen legislator. Actually, I was reading something on the Cato Institute website, and it said, we need more citizen legislators. I said, here I am.
That's absolutely true. So when people see your name on the ballot in November, it will actually say, Bob Clark, citizen legislator.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So, Cato Institute, libertarian think tank. My assumption, based upon my knowledge of you, is that your views tend to be independent, libertarian-like. Having quoted the Cato Institute, would you say that's where you philosophy?
Yeah, certainly a moderate and a bit right-leaning, but only to the extent where common sense makes sense. Because we can't spend more than we have, is my opinion.
Yeah, well, I think every household in America would disagree with you on that, and so and the U.S. government sets probably the worst example in history as to the ability to people spending. So, 5th Congressional District, you're going up against an incumbent. I don't know a lot about Nikki Tsongas. Obviously, the name has been in Massachusetts politics for a long time. Why don't you tell us a little bit about her?
Okay, from my perspective, and many others, as I've gone through this campaign, I've talked to hundreds, maybe thousands of people, and the vast majority of them consider Nikki Tsongas to be doing a horrible job at representing the people, truly. And I just recently put a grade for her on my website from GradeGov, where people from the district go in and give her a grade on how they think she is representing them. Now, I know that personally I have sent letters to her, and I've gotten form letters in response at the best. Most of the time it's been nothing. So if you go through the list of, if you watch some of her videos, or the town hall meeting videos, and watch her disagree with people and how quickly she dismisses them, you'll see that she is not representing the people that are there. Once someone gets on to the mic that agrees with her, they'll be there for a while. And that's the way it is.
Yeah. So I don't think that's different from Arlen Specter. I think he had a wonderful YouTube video where he's very good at throwing people out of the room who disagreed with him very rapidly. I would say a lot of individuals in Congress and Senate take that as the path of least resistance. So I don't know how long has Nikki been the incumbent there?
Oh, she's been there for 3 years now.
Okay.
She was in a special election 3 years ago, and she ran unopposed 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I find that amazing because I just saw a list of candidates that have signed up for this year's election.
Yep.
There are 14 names on there.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Did they all make the ballot, or?
No, actually there are 7 left now. There's 4 Republicans. There's Nikki, the incumbent, and there's 2 independents, including myself.
Okay, so the independent made the ballot.
Well, actually, has not been eliminated from the ballot yet.
Eliminated from the
right.
ballot, yeah.
His deadline, I believe, is next week.
Okay.
So I don't know. I haven't heard from the other independent for quite a while.
But you're on. You got
Yes.
the gold, you got the gold
yeah,
stamp. And
I've been on for almost 3 months now.
okay, fantastic. So we know that your name's going to be the Republicans. Now they got to have a runoff if there's 4 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when's that going to happen? And do you care who wins?
Oh, absolutely. The state primary. In fact, I've been keeping close tabs on who is running and who I like, because I'm going to be voting as an unenrolled voter. I'm going to be voting in the Republican primary.
Ah, okay.
And so there are 4 Republicans. The one that obviously is spending much more than everybody else combined, I believe, is John Golnick. And that, in my opinion, is unfortunate because he's the one that I like the least.
Well, it's the people who you like the least who have the most money. Always, it just seems that way.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, on his website, he's pro-war. He's pro-erosion of the Bill of Rights, and some other problems that I have with him. At one time, he said he is strictly pro-life, nothing other, and very close-minded on that. And so, but an interesting thing is a lot of that has been removed from his website recently.
Yes, because
So,
he probably realized that if he's a Republican,
somebody advised him. I would imagine
the conservative base isn't going to appreciate the statement that much.
Right.
So he sounds like pro-life Barack Obama. Spend more, war more.
Oh, he's a Bush Cheney disciple.
Bush Cheney. What's it? They're the same people.
I'll buy into that.
So, tell us the race. Congress. This is federal issues. What are the big issues that you're going to government to fix? I mean, what are your top items that you're going to address?
My top priority, I believe, is the out of control spending and the national debt. And when I tell people that, they say, "Wait a minute, shouldn't jobs be number one?" And the way I respond to them is I say, if we have a currency crisis, if we have a sovereign debt crisis, everyone is going to feel the pain, and their children. And so we don't want to go through that. Whether they have a job or not, everybody's going to feel that pain. So I think we need to get that in line first. And then a close second, of course, is jobs. We need to get the job base built back up.
Well, it's anybody who does a lot of work in economics. I've been working in banking, or I should say banking. I've been working in different forms of finance for the majority of my life. Understands that jobs do not come unless you have control over your spending.
Right.
It's different economic principles that most people don't understand.
Yes. In fact, we have to impress on the people who are loaning the money to keep this system running that we can pay our bills, that we can be responsible. Well, and right now, we're not doing that.
The citizens are getting more responsible in America, as in savings is going up.
Savings,
the
personal savings,
at the household level is going up rapidly,
yes,
comparatively to what it has been historically.
Much to the chagrin of some of the people in Washington.
Well, the funny thing is, it's happening in Europe too. Europe is taking all the different austerity stuff. They're saying, okay, we're going to cut out all these benefits, and you know what? Look, since they made those announcements, look at the dollar compared to the Great British Pound, compared to the yen. We're going down.
Oh, I agree with that. Although I don't give much credit to the foreign currency exchange because
it's jerry-rigged.
Well, in my opinion, it's an ugly pageant. It's the least ugly that wins, and I'm not going to pay much attention to that.